today what we're doing is we're building this artist studio here at PCEI. It's something that's been on PCEI's master plan for their nature center here for quite some time, and we're finally realizing it here today. Peter and I have been working on this frame for about 10 months now, between the milling and the finding of the trees and stuff. So it's great to be out here and watching it finally go up.
We wanted to create something that could be used by the entire community, and something that also was a demonstration to community members of how they could do that building at their home or their place of business. So we have several demonstration sites like this on site.
The walls are going to be infilled, so the beams will be exposed on both the inside and the outside. So we'll actually build the wall between the posts. And the lower part of the wall is going to be what's called cordwood. And cordwood is where you use small pieces of essentially firewood, although you'd select good firewood, cedar in this case, and you cut it to small lengths about the width of your posts, and you stack it with mortar embedded in between the pieces of wood. And then the upper part of the wall will be stucco. And so it'll look quite stunning. You'll have what looks like a rock wall on the bottom part, and the upper part will be white, probably with all the timbers exposed both on the inside and the outside. On top will be a green roof, and we're going to use plants that are drought tolerant because we get very hot summers here. And so we'll have a mix of sedums and plants like that. The trick is not to use plants that have such deep root systems, but the top will have a green living roof on it.
We have 9 different species of wood. There's an elm from East City Park that had to be taken down, that we are using here, so there's our connectivity with the community there. And then there's also a tree that came right in front of someone's house who's a member of PCEI, and her son-in-law is the one who's instrumental in making this project happen. So you have family, you have community, you have history, all being joined together, and every piece of wood is local, all sustainably harvested. The only pieces that aren't are those little pegs that need to be really sturdy, but everything else came from our local community. All of these individuals here are parents, and their kids are running around the 7.6 acre site, looking in the pond and coming up here and showing us a frog while their dad is hammering in a peg to put this together. And we even have a guest writer who's here from Spokane who wants to do a reading, because another part of the origin of this project is that Luke wanted to build something that was in the Thoreau style cabin, something very simple and meaningful. So John Keeble is up here to do a reading as soon as the site is finished.
The idea originally was to have the kids be involved in lots of aspects of putting the frame up. And from experience doing this before, and also knowing my kids anyway, but knowing how the attention span of the children, I'm not surprised that the kids have been more interested in painting and building their own structures with blocks that we brought. But I think it's great to involve the kids, especially at the beginning when they're still fresh, and you can have them involved in putting the first pegs in and seeing the first part of the building go up.
Do you think you might like to make a house like that someday?
Maybe. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, with help and lots of help. On our walk down, when we were coming to the pond to see the children, I was talking about a book by Richard Louv called Last Child in the Woods. And in his book, as a reporter, he has been doing research on a new phenomenon called nature deficit disorder, where parents are afraid of letting their kids run freely outdoors, because in American suburbia, it is dangerous to have your kids running freely outside in the street or in our built environment. So Richard Louv is calling for bringing children back to the outdoors, Last Child in the Woods, bringing them outside. So this nature deficit disorder describes how children don't know how to play outside. They don't know where their food comes from. They don't understand that an apple grows from a tree anymore. They see it in the store. So it's fun to see the children out here at PCEI's 7 acres, running around and not being afraid, and having their parents up on the hill where they can see the children, but letting them play near the pond. It's dangerous, but we can see them, we have people watching them, and we want them to explore. And if they don't have that opportunity to explore, they're not going to have that love of the outdoors.
This was a fantastic opportunity for me. I'm studying green building in school, and to come out here and be a part of this, to see it all come up in one day, and I think it's just a great addition to the Moscow community.
I'm hoping not only they come away with some information about building, and this building in particular, but also as a community building. We've really lucked out on the weather, and everybody here has just been really great. Other than a few pegs breaking, things are going pretty smooth, so I couldn't be happier. It's going great. I'm having a blast.